Alrighty, folks, good evening and welcome to the WD Broadcasting Network. A little bit behind the 8 ball here as far as getting the broadcast going, but I think we are all set and ready to go now, so that is good. Had some technical difficulties behind the scene. For some reason, whenever I tried to join iRacing and start the stream at the same time, the computer was not happy with that combination. So, I think we got it fixed. We're going to hope that my iRacing doesn't decide to crash at any point throughout. But if it does, I apologize in advance. We're going to try to have the best show that we can. These drivers are getting their warm-up complete. They have finished their first heat race of the night. Tanner Mathey, your points leader, picked up the win in heat race number 1. Zach Murphy in the 29 right there, getting his final warm-up laps in. Murphy 14th in the point standings coming into this evening. He started 4 out of 5 races so far. He's got 1 top 10 finish so far. Has not had the best of luck to start the season. Alrighty, so the field getting set and ready to go, making their way to the starting grid. Get a view trackside there. We'll see what the invert was. So the invert is going to be a 10. Zach Murphy in the 29 machine going to be on the pole. Bethay in the 20 machine going to start in the 10th spot. And Zach Murphy in the 29, who we were just talking about, going to start from the pole here this evening. Still working on getting timing and scoring set up for you guys to see at home. Gonna try to get it set up here. We're still trying to get it up. Regardless, your starting lineup going to be Zach Murphy on the bottom in the 29 machine. To his outside, it'll be the 113 of Richard Parks. William Keck in the 19, going to start in the 3rd spot, with Devin Amos in the 25 to his outside. Carter Hollingsworth going to roll off from the 5th spot in the 28. Then Matt Borndren in the 00, starting from the 6th spot. Starting 7th, it's going to be the 71 of Christian Peterson. Then Brandon Atkinson in the 15, going to start from the 8th spot. Starting 9th, going to be the 4 of Brandon Elvis. And starting 10th, your fast qualifier, I believe fast qualifier, and winner of heat race number 1, Tanner Bethay. Starting in the 11th spot, it's going to be Matt Knott in the 82 machine. Kyle Adams going to roll off 12th in the 24. Anthony Ankello in the 79 machine going to start from the 13th spot here tonight. And Tony Mongi in the 92 going to start from the 14th spot. Shotgun on the field is going to be the 51 of Justin Mulliken. Try and restart the timing and scoring app here to see if that helps things out. And see if we can't get that working before the time we go green flag racing. Field down the back straightaway here for the final time before we send them green flag racing. It is in the hands of Zach Murphy and Richard Parks. And they will hold off. Not quite ready to send them green. Still looking some things over. Want to make sure everything is right with the lineup. Still working on timing and scoring. But I think they got the one to go signal there. We should be going green this time by. It's going to be Zach Murphy and Richard Parks, both of those drivers looking for their first win this season. We'll see if it can happen here tonight at the Hickory Motor Speedway. Turns 3 and 4. The green is up, the green is out, and we are underway here at Hickory. Down into turns 1 and 2 in the 28 machine. Right into the second spot underneath Richard Parks. Turns 3 and 4. Hollingsworth to the bottom side of Zach Murphy, trying to take over the lead here on lap number 2. 2 laps in out of 150. Hollingsworth to the lead. Murphy led for a couple of those beginning laps. But Zach Murphy to the front, or sorry, Carter Hollingsworth to the front. 20 machine on that outside lane, trying to get back down to the bottom. It looks like he's going to cut back and line behind Tony Mongi. Kyle Adams fighting with the 92. Spot from Devin Amos for 11th right there. Tanner Buffet in the 20 machine trying to get to the inside of the 92 of Tony Mongi. So Mongi going to be able to hold this spot for now. Meanwhile, up front, continues to hold the race lead. Murphy second, Parks third. Brandon Elvis in the 4th spot back behind him. He finished second in heat race number 1. Continues to show the way I'm still trying to get timing and scoring figured out on the back end of things. There we go. Finally, it goes up for you guys at home. Well, it did for a second. We had it for a minute there, but 12 laps in this time by. Carter Hollingsworth trying to keep that machine out front. He's got 2 car lengths on Zach Murphy. Richard Parks holds the 3rd spot. Back behind him a little bit. Tanner Bethea able to get around Tony Mongi in the 92. Side of Zach Murphy. Here comes Matt Borndren underneath. Borndren taking a peek to the bottom. And there we go. I've got it up. 18 laps in. The 00 of Matt Borndren on the bottom. Brandon Elvis up top. Very even through the center of the corner. Nobody really able to pull ahead just yet. And you see Elvis use that outside lane. It's very, very easy to be the car on the outside. You can kind of just squeeze them down. And you're going to use a little bit less of that right rear tire. And that's what you're going to want to do. But with twin 75s, there's not as much time to wait around and be there when it matters at the end. And speaking of not waiting around, here comes Tanner Bethea to the inside of Brandon Atkinson. You saw the move to the inside in turns 3 and 4. Bethea wanting to go forward in a hurry. Borndren able to get around Elvis there, and here comes Bethea trying to follow suit. 4 machine in the outside lane doesn't quite have the cut in the center of the corner that the 00 and the 20 machine have. For that time. Oh, Elvis in the 4 machine made contact with Brandon Atkinson. And the 4 machine back several positions there. The outside of Justin Mullican in the 51. That's the battle for the 8th spot. In the 51, now Keck in the 19, trying to peek underneath. Out front, Carter Hollingsworth showing the way, and as I say that, caution flag is out. Kyle Adams in the 24 machine goes around. Doesn't look like there's too much damage on that race car. But around goes Kyle Adams. We'll see what happened to put us under caution for the first time. Was running in the 13th spot. Looked like just got a little bit too sideways through turns 3 and 4. And around he went. Luckily, everybody able to avoid Christian Peterson and Matthew Knott behind him. Able to keep their cars in the right direction. Now the 24 machine down pit road. We'll see what happens. Likely just going to get some damage repaired, maybe a little bit of fuel. Probably just damage fixed there for Kyle Adams. Doesn't look like he had too much, but could have just been a little bit. He was already back there anyways. Might as well come down, check the tire temps, see what's happening with the race car there. Under caution for the first time here tonight. We have twin 75s, so you're just about to the halfway point in the first one. Then we'll have another 75 lap feature to follow. We already had the twin 75s at Myrtle Beach earlier this season. Christian Peterson went to victory lane in those, and we are back racing into turns 1 and 2. Contact Borndren sideways in the middle of 1 and 2, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Brandon Atkinson and Brandon Elvis going to get by. Matt Borndren back to the 8th spot. He was sideways into 1 there. Luckily, everybody going to hang on. Don't look now, but Tanner Lefay in the 20 machine, up to the 3rd spot, your points leader. Trying to hang on to his points lead tonight. Just shy of the halfway marker. Carter Hollingsworth still your race leader. He took the lead back on lap number 3. Buffet to the bottom. Underneath Zach Murphy, he's going to complete the pass in 1 corner there. Wasting no time getting to the 2nd spot. And Tanner Buffet coming back to the halfway mark here. Going to be in the 2nd position, trying to track down Carter Hollingsworth now. Ooh, Murphy, a bumper from behind for 2nd. Or for 3rd, sorry. Things starting to shuffle around now. Matt Morgan underneath Brandon Elvis in the 4 machine. See if he's got anything through the center turns. On the top side. No cut down to the bottom. We'll shut the door there. Murphy under fire for the 3rd spot up. Meanwhile, battle for the race lead. Hollingsworth up the racetrack. Not wanting to race Tanner Buffet just yet. And Buffet going to go through to the race lead. 40 laps into this one. Get underneath Zach Murphy for 3rd. They're side by side right there. They're side by side behind him as well. Here comes the 15 of Atkinson. Trying to roll that car on the bottom. Zach Murphy sideways. Held onto that machine. Looks like he might be able to get down right there, and he is. Zach Murphy. A bit further back behind him. Brandon Elvis still under fire from Matt Borndren, the 00 machine, trying to get back by. Everybody all in a swarm right here. Closing in on the lap 50 mark. Richard Parks at 15. 4 machine able to get up on that outside lane. Try to run behind Zach Murphy here. Parks able to get by. Tony Mongi going to try to get by as well. Really starting to move up the racetrack. Mongi though loose on the bottom. Notice in the 4 machine though a little bit. 25 laps remain here at Hickory. Tanner Bethea, your race leader by just about a second over Carter Hollingsworth. Brandon Elvis into the 5th spot here, trying to complete the pass on Zach Murphy, and around goes Zach Murphy. The 92 spins the 29. You saw the contact there. Let's watch this one more time. You saw it going down into the corner. And the 92 machine just ended up a little bit too hot. Anthony Ankello and Justin Mulliken locked it down to try and avoid. Mulliken kind of slid in a little bit, but I think he should be all right. Watch this one more time on board with the 92. Yeah, just in there a little bit too hot. And around went Zach Murphy. 29 able to continue on. '92 Amangi. Going to be to the tail end of the field after that one. But Tanner Bethea, your race leader, kind of got the lead a little bit easy there from Carter Hollingsworth. 28 machine did not put up too much of a fight. Field comes back to the 1 to go signal. Through turns 3 and 4, pace car is off, and Tanner Bethea goes nice and early through the restart zone, and we're back underway. Good jump there for the 20 machine. He's going to be clear and out front down into turns 3 and 4. Back behind him, Brandon Elvis and Richard Parks battle for the 3rd spot. Christian Peterson right there as well in the 71. Oh, and a couple cars going sliding through the grass. I think they'll stay green out back, but Zach Murphy, Matthew Knott sliding through the grass back there. Top 3 breaking away here. 15 laps to go for Tanner Bethea. And he hold on. He's got Carter Hollingsworth on his back bumper. Your points leader trying to pick up another victory this season. He's got 2 already. Trying to add to that total. Battle for 4th here. Christian Peterson and side by side. William Keck back there. Just kind of waiting to see which one's gonna go. Looks like the 71 machine on the inside lane gets the advantage. He'll take over that spot. on the bottom. 10 laps to go this time for Tanner Bethea. The gap starting to open up just a little bit. He was the fastest car that last time around. Able to for the 7th spot. Kyle Adams right there as well, trying to take advantage of 113. No! Caution is out. Tony Mongi in the 92 machine goes for a spin. I think there might have been contact with the 51. Justin Mulliken, we'll see what happened. Yeah, a little bit too hard there into 1 and 2. Got into the left rear. And around goes Tony Mongi. Go on board with Mulliken here. Down in there a little bit too hot, and he knew it right away too. Came on the chat and said, "That's on me, I'll take it." So the 51 machine going to be heading to the rear after that one. Tough break. He was running inside the top 10. But that's going to set us up for a restart here inside of 5 laps to go. Is Tanner Bethea going to be able to hang on? Field gets the 1 to go signal here. They'll come back to 3 laps to go. 3 to go for Tanner Bethea in the 20 machine. Hollingsworth going to have to get a good start here on the outside lane. He gets a good launch. And we are green down into turns 1 and 2. Bethea going to get the early jump into turns 3 and 4. Popsicle sticks up in the air this time. 2 laps to go for Tanner Bethea. Clear for the lead. Hollingsworth trying to get clear for a second. There's contact. Atkinson not done fighting for that position. White flag is out. Final time around here in race number 1. Bethea through the first set of corners. The battle is for the 2nd spot. Into turns 3 and 4. Tanner Bethea going to win race number 1 here at Hickory. Carter Hollingsworth 2nd. Brandon Atkinson comes home 3rd. Christian Peterson comes home in the 4th spot. William Keck 5th. Matt Mordren 6th. Brandon Elvis 7th. Richard Parks 8th. Kyle Adams 9th. Anthony Ankello 10th. Matthew Knott 11th. Zach Murphy 12th. Tony Mongi 13th, Justin Mulliken 14th, and Devin Amos rounds out your field. So let's see if we can't grab a word from our top 3 finishers quickly here. See, 3rd place finisher up in the broadcast booth, Brandon Atkinson. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight, WD?
I'm doing pretty good after we got the old technical difficulties sorted out prior to the race, but we were able to get in time for the feature, and we were able to watch the race that you guys put on. Man, it was a battle down to the end. You almost got the 2nd spot there from Hollingsworth, but maybe a couple laps shy on the bottom.
Yeah, it was a great race. Tried to save as much as I could for the short race there at the beginning. Finally got to do a little bit of practice this week, so we worked on a little bit of setup even more. We've already been pretty good here at Hickory, but me and the teammate Christian Peterson and Anthony Ankello and everyone from Skyline and Trek Passys put in good work this week. Car felt good. Got a little looser there at the end, but it was warm out there, so we'll take that. It was a good race.
Yeah, definitely a good race. A good third place run for you here in the first race of the night. Who do you have to thank for a podium finish in race 1?
Like I said, Christian Peterson, Anthony Yankello, all the boys at Skyline and Trick Chassis, you for putting on the broadcast, even though luckily you was able to get it last minute. We appreciate it. So hopefully we can put on a good show for the second race and come back and talk to you more.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I don't encounter any technical difficulties trying to get into the second one, but nonetheless, congratulations to you, Brandon, on your third place finish here in race 1, and we wish you luck heading into race 2.
Thank you, boss man. Hope to talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Alrighty, now to talk to our second place finisher. See if we can't get him up into the broadcast booth. Carter Hollingsworth up into the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, second place here tonight. We saw you out front a little bit early in the race. You took the lead on lap number 3, I believe, from Zach Murphy. Led up quite a few laps out front, but Tanner Bethea got to your back bumper. Elected to not race him too hard there. Just kind of ran out of laps there at the end to get back by him.
Yeah, obviously, Tanner's always going to be fast. He's a really good guy. I feel like he had a better car. And, I've had some bad luck in the past few weeks in this league, so I just rather, not risk getting, net-coded by Tanner or I net-code him. So I just let him go, do his own thing. He's just going to rocket ship of a race car.
Yeah, it was a good race between you two. Did a good job of getting around Zach Murphy early and controlling that race. And second spot at the end. Who do you have to thank for a podium finish in the first race of the night?
You got to thank Connell Chassis for the setups and the official side. Winston Deal for putting on this league, and just everybody that helped me tonight in this one.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Carter, on a second place finish here in race 1, and hopefully we see you in race 2, but if we do, good luck to you.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, now to talk to our winner, Tanner Bethea. We'll see if we can't get him up in the broadcast booth. Tanner Bethea, our winner, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, had to start from, I believe, the 10th place spot here tonight after the invert. Won the heat race. I didn't get to see the heat race, unfortunately, due to the technical difficulties, but you won the heat race. I did get to see the last lap. Started 10th, drove through the field, got to Carter, didn't put up too much of a fight, and you were able to hold him off until the end. How do you feel after 75 laps and a victory?
I feel great. It was definitely stressful there at the beginning, just how much traffic it was and just how much good side-by-side racing was going on. But no, I feel like I saved tire just enough to be able to drive my way up to the lead and stay there at least. But no, I mean, overall it was a good race. Carter did a really good job.
Yeah, it was a good run between you two. Winner here for the third time this season in the Trackmaster Sim Series. Who do you have to thank for another victory here in this series?
I'd like to thank Josh Cottle, Cottle Chassis just for the bad fast setups, and Ket Customs for the nice paint, and you for the broadcast.
Alrighty, Tanner. Well, you're the points leader heading into the second race of the night. You won race number 1. Do you think you can bring out the broom and sweep the night?
That's the plan. Maybe we can.
Alrighty, well, we wish you luck, and hopefully we can talk to you later on.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, that was your winner here in race number 1, Tanner Bethea. I have got to jump over to the second race session, so we're going to take a quick step away here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll talk to you guys momentarily when we get back in the second session. Be back in just one moment.
Gasket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around, we're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down in the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to
goodness.
the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the WD Broadcasting Network, getting ready for race number 2 of the evening for the Trackmasters Sim Series. Had a little bit of an extended wait, but I did a little bit of adjusting on the sim rig. I wanted to make sure all the monitors were in the right spot. So I saw a little bit of a sag in one, and I did not want to have them all come toppling down on top of me. It would not be very good. So, getting ready for race number 2 of the evening. We got 75 laps. And we'll get everything set up here. Your field getting ready to go trackside, I do believe. And as it turns out, we are actually in the wrong session. So we are going to be back again and try it again. Apologies, folks. Be right back on the WD Broadcasting Network. folks. I believe we are back. We should be ready to go. 40 seconds left here in the warm-up. We definitely had some technical difficulties loading back. OBS crashed, so I thought the screen was going to crash. And then iRacing crashed, and it was all a big mess. But it should be working the right way. Set and ready to go. As the checkered flag waves on the warm-up session, I think we are ready to go for the second race of the night. The next 5 laps. We'll have an invert from the starting lineup, or sorry, the finishing lineup of last race. And we are on the grid. Let's try this again now. Get your starting grid up on screen. Actually, I don't think that's right, so we're going to go ahead and take that back off of the screen. These guys are going to have to re-line up, and we'll see what the lineup looks like once they get it all sorted out. Your winner last race was Tanner Bethea in the number 20 machine. I do not see second place Carter Hollingsworth. So tough break for the 28 machine. I was worried that it was going to be a little bit too late for this second race, but that ended up being the case. So I'm sure Carter's watching down in the chat below. So Carter, if you're here, hello and welcome. But we're ready to go for race number 2 of the evening. It'll be interesting to see if anybody has got anything for Tanner Bethea. Christian Peterson was fast at the end of the race last race. Just didn't quite have the positioning there. So we'll have to see. We get ready to go. I think everybody is on the starting grid. It looks like we've got all 14 cars ready to go. Alrighty, folks. Apologies about that. Had to let something happen behind the scenes. Not want the background noise to pop up. So now that everyone's out of here, we are ready to go. Green flag racing. William Keck going to be on the pole. Christian Peterson, Brandon Atkins in the second row. Brandon Elvis, Tampa Bay, third row. Kyle Adams, Richard Parks, four. You can see the rest of them back behind. We are green flag racing in the second race of the evening at Hickory. 1 and 2, Warndern and Keck side by side. The leader of lap number 1, going to be a drag race at the line, but give it to Warndern a couple of inches. Christian Peterson, the third, back behind him. Brandon Atkinson and Brandon Elvis battle for the fourth spot. In the turns 1 and 2, it's going to be Matt Warndern taking the early advantage. The team decided it wasn't quite time to push for that just drops back in line, and he'll be in the second spot here on lap number 4. Fourth spot, Atkinson will be all over here for the fourth spot. Kyle Adams there trying to take the pole position now. There's your in the 8th spot here. So around to make up, trying to pull a crossover move underneath Richard Parks there. And around goes Parks. And that's going to bring out the first caution flag of the night. I think Parks might have been a little bit loose off the corner. The thing might have thought he had a little bit more room than what he did. Let's watch it from the lap back. You saw Bethea was on that outside lane, got a little bit loose out of 1 and 2. Put a big crossover move right here. Just trying to hold him tight. Bethea in the 20. Up the racetrack and around goes Richard Parks. So caution flag flies for the first time here in race number 2. 6 laps in. Your leader, able to hold on that early restart on the bottom lane. We'll see what happens this time around. Double up through turns 1 and 2, down the back straight with the lights are off. And restart. We're going to send it back green. 10 laps in. Out of 75. Quick races here in twin 75s. No long time to from the restart zone they go. Warndern on the top side. It's a good jump and comes Keck to the bottom. Pulls ahead down the back straightaway. Just about clear. Up out of 4. Give William Keck the race lead into turns 1 and 2. In the 71 machine. He was fast at the last race. As Gavin Reese Caleb Keck, I believe I was saying William a little bit earlier, has a different name on iRacing than he does in real life, so we'll refer to him as Caleb. 19 machine leading out front. Car lengths over Matt Borndren down the back straightaway. Back behind him, Anthony and Hello Tony Mali side by side. That is for the 8th spot. Right there, not too much space in between them. And when you're like that in late model stocks, it's very hard to pass if you're Kyle Adams, if you're Brandon Elvis. You pull out of line right here. There's a good chance somebody's going to fill the gap. But there's contact, and around goes Tanner Bethea. And that is going to bring out the caution flag. The 20 machine got the bumper right there. There was a stack up. I was just talking about how they were all nose to tail. And you saw the contact there. We'll go back a lot and see if we can't see what happened to the 20 machine. It started a couple cars up in front of them. Looked like Adams in the 24 machine got in the back bumper of Elvis and then kind of stacked them up. There was nothing Brandon Atkinson could really do. Luckily, Bethea able to keep that car, or get that car back pointed in the right direction. A little bit of damage on the left front maybe, but I think he should be able to continue. Bethea in the 9th spot after that one. Doubling up through turns 1 and 2. They likely got the 2-go signal there. We get the 1 to go. When we come back around, your race leader Caleb Keck side by side with Matt Borndren in the 0-0. Got Christian Peterson and Brandon Elvis back behind them. Ready to go back racing here. 1 to go signal given to these drivers. Just about a third of the way into this one. Elected to choose that outside lane. Keck choosing the bottom. So what happens here into the restart zone they go. The green flag is back out. Into turns 1 and 2. They jump for Keck. Borndren tried to fill the hole for a second. He's going to be right there trying to take over that spot. Peterson on the bottom. No, there's more contact back behind. Devin Amos and Tanner Bethea involved. Tanner Bethea went straight to the pits. Tough break for the 20 machine. I think he might be done for the night after that one. Looks like Bethea might have gotten hit a little bit too hard there. Into the back bumper of the 25. Go on board with the 20 machine here. They just rolled the center a little bit faster than the 25 and into the left rear. And that's going to do it for Tanner Bethea, I believe. Won the first race of the night. Not going to be winning both here this evening. Leader Caleb Keck in the 19. Still showing the way. getting ready to go back. Green flag racing once again. We'll see if we can get some green flag laps in here. Pace car back to the bottom side. And the green flag is back out once again. Good start for Keck on the bottom. Better start for Peterson for third spot that time. He's going to have a good shot to the inside with Matt Borndren in the 0-0. Peterson trying to take over the second spot. He's going to have the spot at the line. But can he get clear? That outside lane, he can come back on that top side. Borndren trying to roll through the center, but it looks like the 71 of Peterson returns 3 and 4. Momentum on the bottom that time. He'll take that second spot. Here comes Yankello in the 79 trying to take over as well. And Elvis in the 4 machine would love to get up there and fight for the lead. Battling on the outside of Anthony Yankello for the 4th spot. Machine looks good through the center. Just unable to get that car planted and up off the corner. See a little bit loose that time. Just shy of halfway here. Caleb Peck continuing to hold the race lead. Underneath Tony Monaghy, that's for the 6th spot. Contact there on the front stretch. And the caution flag flies. Brandon Atkinson looped around the wrong way in turns 1 and 2. Just before halfway, see a caution flag. We'll see what happened to the 15. Maybe just another stack up through the center of the corner. Didn't get the best look at it there. We'll get one more look from up above. There it was, going into the corner. Yeah, bumper to bumper. The 25 of Devin Amos was trying not to get into the 15 machine, but everybody was just so tight right there, and if there's a little bit of a checkup, somebody's going to make contact, and that's what we saw right there. So back under caution here. Caleb Keck, your race leader. Christian Peterson able to get to the 2nd spot. Turns 3 and 4. I think they're going to get the 1 to go signal. We'll see if the lights drop. And they do. 1 to go here. We'll send them green next time by. It'll be 40 laps in. 35 laps to go here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. Trying to finish race number 2 of the evening. Caleb Keck, your leader. Christian Peterson, 2nd. Through the restart zone they go. A little bit of a later start that time. We are back underway here at Hickory. Peterson on the top side, able to get clear for the 2nd spot. Matt Borndren and Brandon Elvis battle for 3rd. So Borndren going to be able to get this spot. Elvis going to try to get back in behind. He will do so. Top 4 all right there in a line. 51 of Justin Mulliken back behind underneath Matthew Knott. That's for the 9th spot. Up in front of him as well, Anthony Yankello, Tony Monaghy go back at it. Here it'll be 30 laps to go when they get back around. Christian Peterson trying to reel in Caleb similar lap times, but Keck just a little bit quicker consistently. Peterson, a driver that's usually better in the later stages of the race. We'll see if he's got anything when we get closer to the end. Things starting to look a little bit more tame here. Approach the lap 50 mark. These laps are green like this, going to start to tick away quickly. Looking lap number 48. 25 laps to go here in a couple laps. If you're a driver like Brandon Elvis, if you're moving as far forward as you can here, try and get the best position on the restart. It's for the 8th spot. He's got Brandon Atkinson back behind. 4th place finisher in race number 1. 25 laps to go across the line. Caleb Keck. Keck trying to hang on for his first victory. I believe his second start. Second start is this race right here. Davis able to hang on to the first start. Mongi. She was trying to get to the inside. You're able to hold that outside lane here pretty late. It's very tough to pass the bottom, especially in the middle. Sixth spot. He's got Kyle Adams at 20 laps to go for Caleb Keck, your race leader. Fastest car on the racetrack by a little bit over Christian Peterson and Matt Wardman. Second. Might need a caution to be able to reel him in here. With the Keck, or with the pace that Keck is setting. Come back this time to 17 laps to go. 17 more times around for Caleb Keck. Tony Mongi once again trying to get to the inside of Brandon Elvis for third. Looks like the 92 machine might be a little bit quicker, just not able to get that pass done over the 4th spot just yet. So, of course, the issue here, coming back to 15 laps to go, time running out. Kyle Adams finally able to get around Anthony for the 6th spot here. On the bottom. Machine tried to use up a lot of the racetrack with the 4 machine and was full gas on the outside lane. Out front, your race leader Caleb Keck has a comfortable 6 car length advantage over Christian Peterson. This time by, it is 10 laps to go. 10 to go for the 19. Back in the battle for the 4th spot here. Mongi in the 92 trying so hard to get to the bottom, just tough to pass here at Hickory, especially late when you've got a lot of heat tires. Just not want to get grip off the corner, but here's a good run to the inside now. Mongi here on the bottom. He's put alongside the Ford machine. And oh, uses up a lot of racetrack. Turns 3 and 4 up. The racetrack goes the Ford machine of Elvis, and they're 3 wide. And oh, contact! Around goes Tony Mongi, and that's going to bring out the caution. And we are going to have a big change in the race here. With just about 5 laps to go, the caution flag came out once again. Let's look at that a little bit further back. I want to see the contact going into 3 and 4 between Mongi and Elvis. 92 machine just got a little bit loose, kept his foot in it, and went up the racetrack. And going into 1 and 2, I think Adams just went up the racetrack a little bit. Mongi held them tight, maybe didn't know they were quite 3 wide. That right there was enough to bring out the caution flag. Let's look at it one more time here. On board with the 92 machine. You can see how he got loose center of the corner right there. Definitely came up the racetrack. Spun. Luckily was able to get it pointed back in the right direction. But caution flag back out here inside of 5 laps to go now. Caleb Keck, your race leader. Down the back straightaway they go. I believe we're going to be sending them back green here with 4 laps to go. Come back to the line, it'll be 3 to go. Caleb Keck, Christian Peterson through the restart zone they go. 3 laps to go. Christian Peterson in the 71 machine gets a good run. Here he comes to the bottom side, looking underneath the 19. Popsicle sticks up in the air this time. 2 laps to go for Caleb Keck. Can he hang on? He's got Christian Peterson back behind him. Peterson looks fast there in the 71 machine. Does he have anything left? Through turns 3 and 4. White flag is out. Final time into turns 1 and 2. Back straightaway here into turns 3 and 4 for a final time. Peterson gets close, but it's not going to be enough. Caleb Keck going to pick up his first career victory here at Hickory. Christian Peterson comes home in the 2nd spot. Matt Borndren 3rd. Brandon Atkinson 4th. Kyle Adams 5th. Brandon Elvis 6th. Justin Mulligan 7th. Tony Mongi 8th. Anthony Ankello 9th. Richard Parks rounds out your top 10. Devin Amos, Matthew Knott, Zach Murphy, and Tanner Bethea round out your 14-car field. So let's quickly grab a word from our top 3 finishers here. Starting with our 3rd place finisher, Matt Borndren. Matt Borndren up in the broadcast booth. 3rd place finisher, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, 3rd place finish here this evening. Fought for the lead with Keck there in the beginning, and then fought with Christian Peterson hard for that 2nd spot. Ended up in the 3rd position here this evening. Looked pretty tough to pass here at Hickory, but ultimately ended up with a podium finish in the 2nd race of the evening. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good about it. I definitely had something for, who was that, Atkinson in front of me? No, Pedersen at the end there, but it's kind of a long run set, and keeping the heat in the tires is real tight on restarts, and I had thought the outside lane was going to work the best on restarts, and all I'd do was push up the track. So it was definitely hooked up a lot better on the bottom, and I just couldn't get my nose in there at the end. But I definitely don't want to use. I'm not the type to use the bumper to pass either. So it's a hell of a run. It's a good race. Which it went green for longer. But yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, the cautions there definitely, especially in the beginning, I should say, definitely made it hard to pass there late, but still a good run for the 00 machine. First podium, I think, in a minute in the Trackmaster Sim Series. So good run. Who do you have to thank for third place finish in race 2?
All the family watching, Caudal Chassis for the fast sets. All my teammates run tonight. Keck, Bethea, Mulligan, and Carter ran the first race. We're all great guys. You do a great job in the booth, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a fun race. Got into the second race, or got into the first race a little bit late. Missed the heat race due to some technical difficulties, but I'm glad I was able to get it sorted before this second race as well, and we were able to put on a good show. But congratulations to you, Matt, on your third place finish, and we wish you luck next week.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Alrighty, now to talk to our second place finisher up into the broadcast booth, Christian Peterson. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up, Piston?
Alrighty, well, we had talked before this race, and there was question as to whether or not we'd be talking right now at all. But nonetheless, second place finish here in race number 2. Race 1 looked like it was just tough to pass. Looked like you had a fast car there at the end, just didn't quite have the track position in the beginning that you needed. This race had track position, just maybe not enough green flag laps and or time to get around Caleb Keck in the 19.
You know, Keck was really quick there. He definitely fired off really good and got the lead, and then I settled into second after a few restarts. But I couldn't keep up with him, you know, like at the first, whatever. We had a pretty decent green flag run there, and I couldn't keep up with him then, and he got a good lead. And then I felt like we evened out, and even after a few restarts there, I felt like he would just get a good start, and I just couldn't. I was just a little free, and he would get a little bit of a jump, but I still felt like we were even at the end. I just couldn't do anything, but wanted to race him clean. So he did a heck of a job. I think he finished 5th. Me and him came battling to the line there in the first race, and I believe with the finishing overall averages, me and him are tied. So we'll both get overall race win points. So that's pretty cool. And it's his first race, so that's fun to see, and it raced really good with him.
Yeah, it was definitely a good run for him in his opening night. A good run for you as well, like you mentioned in points. Tanner Bethea won the first race, but did not have the best of finishes here in race number 2. So you are second in points coming into this evening. Only 4 points were separating you and Tanner. So hopefully the 71 machine. Hopefully you can take the points lead. It'll be close with qualifying and everything factored in there as well. But nonetheless, second place finish here this evening. Who do you have to thank for a podium in race 2?
Just everybody at Skyline, everybody who shows up for the races. I know it's a small field, but we got a pretty good group of guys here, so I enjoy racing with each and every one of them, and it's a lot of fun. Thanks to you for doing the broadcast and getting that thing up and running tonight. I know it was a little tricky for you, but glad we had something to watch, and everybody at MRL and like I said, just everybody who shows up every week.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to fight through the issues there. OBS literally crashed trying to join the second race, so I thought it was all going to be cooked there, but luckily we were able to pull through and everything went on. But congratulations to you, Christian, on a second place run here, and we wish you luck next week at Myrtle Beach.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, now to talk to our winner here tonight for the first time in his Trackmaster Sim Series career. Caleb Keck, up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. What's up, man?
Alrighty, well, winner here tonight. You wasted no time there in the beginning Vorndren took the top on a restart, and you were aggressive on the bottom. Got a good run through 1 and 2, and then didn't take much off 3 and 4, and you had the race lead. And from there on out, you didn't really have to look back. You had a little bit of pressure from Peterson on a couple of those restarts, but you hit the line where you needed to and checked all the boxes and ultimately found yourself in victory lane here tonight. How do you feel after 75 laps?
I feel good. That was a really fun race. I was definitely really nervous on that last restart. Just always checking my mirror.
Yeah, you definitely got to look around you. Things can happen, and they can happen very quickly here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. You guys are only running 14-second lap times, so things happen fast, and you always got to be on top of your game. And you were here this evening, the 19 machine. I think you had the fastest lap. Yeah, you had the fastest lap, so it was definitely on a rail. Who do you have to thank for the victory? Who helps get the 19 to the racetrack?
I got to thank Caudle Chassis. They had this thing hooked up. No complaints. This thing was a rocket ship. I got to thank Justin. It was kind of a late decision, but he got me into this league, and I got to thank Christian. He helped me out, accepted me, no questions asked, and everybody that was in this league, it was fun racing with everybody. It was clean, no complaints.
Yeah, it was a good night, good run for the 19 there in race number 2. You had a good run in race number 1 as well. I think you got top 5 there right at the end. But winner here in the second race. Will we see you back next week at Myrtle Beach?
I plan to make it, hopefully.
Alrighty, well, nonetheless, congratulations to you, Caleb, on your victory here tonight, and we hope to see you back here with the Trackmaster Sim Series.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, that was your winner, Caleb Keck, here in the Trackmaster Sim Series, second race of the night. And that is going to do it for us here, folks, on the WD Broadcasting Network. Thank you guys for sticking it out through the technical difficulties. OBS crashed, iRacing crashed. It all didn't want to work, but somehow we pulled through and the show went on. So thank you guys for sticking it out. If you guys haven't already, hit that red subscribe button if you guys like what you see. More iRacing content to come. Leave the Pack Street Stock Showdown is starting here soon, so that's going to be something you guys are not going to want to miss. I can tell you that right now. But until then, I'm your host, Winston Deal, signing it off from the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.